Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is kind of like a new series thing, but Anyway, so this is called The Rise of a Legend. It's a Naruto fan story or fan fiction. Don't know the exact word. I was planning on doing it all in one part, but there's 50 chapters, and I will be doing multiple chapters, just not in this, episode. So I'll be doing multiple of these right now, and the My Hero Academia what if Izuku Hachikaku will be coming out tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. This one was wrote by Ashira's Transmigrate. Kind of a weird name, but don't judge. Anyway, there won't be images since I'm also reading this for the first time, so yeah. Okay, let's start. Chapter 1. Naruto ran. He ran as far as he could, for the villagers of Konoha were once again chasing him, with their garden rakes, brooms, and kitchen knives. Yep, you heard me right, kitchen knives. And they were all out for blood. Crap, crap, he muttered. Get back here, you demon, one of the villagers shouted. Reaching a dead end, he turned back and shouted, "Stay away from me! What did I do to you? What did I do to you people? What did you do? What did you do? You killed our families. That's what you. That's what, demon!" A villager yelled back. Said villager rushed forwards with a broom towards the 6-year-old. The last thing he saw before he blacked out was a pile of leaves appearing from seemingly nowhere. Drip, drip, drip. The echoes of dripping water could be heard as he awoken in a giant sewer. Where am I? Oh, great, I was dumped into a sewer. Stupid villagers, grumbled the 6-year-old. He saw a light ahead and wondered if that was the exit to this run-down sewer system. After walking for a while, he reached the end. At the end of the tunnel, there two gate bar doors. Right in the center between the two doors was a piece of paper with the kanji for seal on it. Uzumaki Naruto. I have waited far too long for you, a deep booming voice said, seemingly from behind the bars. Who are you? Naruto asked, shakily. A deep sound of large ensued. A red eye suddenly opened in the darkness of the bars, and Naruto quickly scrambled back as a massive amount of oppressive power flooded the sewer. The area behind the bars illuminated, and inside was a colossal crimson fox with gleaming teeth staring straight at him. Its light crimson eyes, its lit crimson eyes seemed to pierce right into his soul. I'm a being comprised of ridiculously high amount of chakra. With a swish of one of his majestic tails, I can topple a mountain and cause great tsunamis. I am the QB. The fox growled with a red light and transformed, demolishing in size rapidly until the light ebbed away from the boy could reach. Naruto, who had raised his head to shield his eyes from the blinding light, removed them, and before his eyes beheld a beautiful woman, who donned a simple dark crimson kimono that contrasted with her blood red hair. But, uh, but you can call me Kurama, spoke the woman, now in a softer and noticeably feminine voice. The QB, huh? Uh, the QB, huh? Naruto said, surprisingly calm upon seeing the creature that could wipe him out with the bat of an eyelash. Ah, please don't eat me. I've always been a good boy. See, Naruto is a good boy. He com- climactically tried to run away, uh, but he soon realized that he had become boxed in with no way to escape. No, no, Kit, I'm not here to eat you. I promise. The red-haired beauty attempted to reassure Naruto. Naruto, however, wasn't so reassured. That, that's what they all say. Sniff, sniff. Getting them to lower their guard, sniff, sniff, before they scoop them up and eat them. At this point, Naruto was heading up into a corner, shaking in fear of being eaten. For Kami's sake, boy, I'm not here to eat you, she finished in a softer voice. When he had eventually calmed down and rationalized that the beautiful woman before him couldn't possibly eat him, in her current form, he warily approached the woman. After all, she could still transform into a colossal fox, and then eat him. If you are not here to eat me, then why are you here? Where am I here? Where is here? Naruto asked in an even tone. Simple. I'm here to offer a deal. A deal that would give you power to stop the ignorant fools that you call villagers from bullying and hurting you. He nodded his head slowly. What's the catch? Smart boy. The catch is you must marry me. Wait. Just kidding. But in all seriousness, the catch is I get access to your senses, meaning I can see what what you see, hear what you hear, etc. And I can speak to you, Naruto-kun. In return, I shall train you. It's a deal, Naruto interruptly continued. After all, he was quite lonely. Hold on, give me a second. Naruto-kun, we've been watching you for over the years as you grew. It's time to pass on a few family jutsus. Kushina-chan? A figure not noticed by Naruto said, startling him. He stepped out into the light, revealing a blond man with spiky hair and a long flowing cloak. That was while the red flame-like trimmer at the bottom. Additionally, he wrote a standard Konoha flat jacket with a black long-sleeve t-shirt underneath. Accompanying him was a head with long knee-length hair and a green blouse being topped over it. The moment he saw the man's face, he recalled its awe. He recoiled in awe because he saw the face frequently ranged from the Hokage's mountain to history books. The Yodama Hokage, he said reverently. Hold on, I gotta go to chapter 2. Chapter 2, the meeting. Previously, the Yodama Hokage, he said, reverently, I see you're confused, Naruto-kun. I am Uzumaki Kushina, your mother, and Blondie here is the Yodama Hokage, is your father, Namikaze Minato. And now identified Kushina explained to the dumbfounded Naruto. Kachan, Naruto explained, tears pouring down his cheeks like a fountain, as he leaped to embrace his mother for the first time. Naru-chan, Kushina exclaimed, her emotions running wild as tears of joy formed in her eyes, as she embraced her son for the first time since his birth. Hey Naruto, why no hug for daddy? Minato's tears also formed in his eyes, but he was ignored by his wife and son, who were now laughing joyfully. Namikaze, you sure are a bold one. Kurama sighed. Naruto-kun, you'll have to go now. When you want to talk, just think of my name and I'll respond, Kurama said. Then his inner world started spinning. He opened his eyes to see Konoichi with purple hair, unsettling her katana and slashing in a horizontally across the villagers with the bat. His lifeless body crumped to the floor. It's a shinobi, run! All the villagers scattered quickly, not waiting to suffer the same fate as the dead man before them. I am Konoichi. Yes, sexiest gender confirmed. Oh. You sexist gender confused bastards. The purple-haired Kunoichi yelled before calming down. Naruto-kun, are you okay? The Anbu operated. Oh, hold on, I gotta figure out the order it is. The Anbu operative in her cat mask turned toward Naruto. Hey, Iriko, Niku-san. He gave her a big smile before rising from the ground, dusting himself off, and then turned to leave for home. A leaf, Shunshin, later, and Yukuzu Yagi appeared in the Hokage's office, head blown low and head bowed low in a kneeling position. Hokage-sama, report on Uzumaki Naruto. Yet another villager has broken your law, and I dispatched him quickly, though not before Naruto was knocked out. The Sandami sighed. May I make a suggestion, Hokage-sama? Yagato asked while taking off her cat mask, revealing her brown eyes, red lipstick, and purple fring. You may, Uzuki-san, Hiruzen asked. I suggest special training for Naruto-kun. The Hokage raised his eyebrows. What kind of special training do you mean, Uzaki-san? While not entirely against the idea of training a 6-year-old in the deadly way of the shinobi, was curious. He would be trained in the field of which Anbu specialize, in such as stealth, assassination, espionage, sabotage, and the higher tiers, taijutsu and ninjutsu. When he is deemed ready, replied Yugato. The Hokage hummed in thought. Normally such a thing would be deemed too extreme for a mere child to handle. However, given his circumstances, we cannot afford for all of his potential to be lost in the academy. Undoubtedly, the teachers there will seek to sabotage Naruto-kun's education. At every opportunity, he paused and thought for a few seconds longer. Very well, provided that he agrees. I will allow for young Naruto-kun to be trained in the areas of the Anbu observation operative. Uzuki-san, please bring Naruto-kun to my office. Hi, Hokage-sama. Putting on her mask, she exited the office in a Shinshin, leaving for where she knew Naruto would be. After hearing a knock on the door, Naruto answered it. Thought he was, though he was surprised to see an Anbu, the same one who had saved him not half an hour ago. Naruto-kun, the Hokage requests your presence in the office now. Naruto nodded. They left via the rooftops after locking the door, which was covered in vandalism. Jumping across the rooftops, he wondered what could Gigi want. After climbing the stairs, the security let him in. Gigi, what do you want? The 6-year-old asked. Naruto, you yourself may not know it, but you have a great amount of potential as a ninja. Naruto looked at the old Hokage quickly already, having a slightest idea of where this conversation may be going. That is why I am offering you the opportunity to undergo training in the Anbu field of being a ninja. The Hokage replied. Sorry, Gigi. I would prefer training myself, Naruto decided. Okay, if that is what you want. I won't judge, however, if you have to promise me not to overexert yourself, the Hokage said. I understand, Hokage Gigi, Naruto replied. I promise not to overdo it while training, and I never go back on my word. Hiruzen replied, spoken like a true Uzumaki. Since you will be training yourself, I will be giving you these. The Hokage reached into his desk and drew and relayed several scrolls on taijutsu, chakra theory, and applications, and a book on maintenance of all shinobi repleted equipment before giving them to the young aspiring ninja. You were dismissed, and with that Naruto exited the old Hokage's office. As Naruto walked home, he began to contact his tenant, Ni Kurama-chin. With area should I train in? Hey Naruto-kun, it's your dad here. I suggest basic Fumijutsu, Shuriken, and beginning levels of Taijutsu. As for ninjutsu, you need to learn how to manifest chakra first, and then find out your elemental nature. But you won't have to worry too much about that until much later. For now, you should focus on Taijutsu, Shuriken, and Taijutsu. Wait, hold on. You should focus. Shuriken and Taijutsu. Maybe a little Kenjutsu if you fancy. The voice of Minato appeared. When he opened the front door, Naruto was shocked to say the least, simply because sitting on the sofa was a cloaked man with red hair. The creepiest part was his eyes. His eyes were had a ripple-like pattern which spread over the eyeballs, with light purple scales of irises. Naruto-kun, I'm waiting for you to return, the man spoke. Naruto merely stared at the strange man. Said strange man stared back. Pedophile, the voice screamed. What? No, kid, I'm not a pedophile. I still think you're a pedophile, Naruto muttered under his breath. What? What? Some creepy guy breaking into your apartment and says that he's been waiting for you to return. How would you react? After a moment, a deep breath later, the man calmed down and spoke again. There's no need to be afraid. I'm a friend. My name is Uzumaki Nagato. That was chapter 2. We are going into chapter 3, called Training. Previously, there is no need to be afraid. I am a friend. My name is Uzumaki Nagato. How did you get into my apartment? Okay, first, I'm a seasoned ninja who bears the legendary Rinnegan. Using one of my awesome Rinnegan powers, I bent the walls to create my own doorway. But the door was unlocked. Ignoring the boy, Nagato continued, secondly, the whole key under the rock thing only works if it's among other rocks, replied Nagato. Ah, but if you place it with other rocks, you'll forget which rock it's placed under, Naruto retorted. Seeing that this discussion would only serve to be a headache in the making, Nagato decided to get down to business. However, before he could do that, why are you here? The 6-year-old asked. I'm glad that you asked that. The answer to your question will come in due time. Now down to business. Nagato retrieved a black-looking piece of paper from his blank piecing look of paper from his cloak. This is no ordinary piece of paper. This is chakra paper, a product of tree fed with chakra since they were saplings. When you push your chakra into this paper, the result will determine your elements. If your element is fire, it will burn. Wind, it will be split into pieces. If it is lightning, it will wrinkle. If it is earth, it will turn to dirt and crumble. And if it is water, it will become wet. Let me show you how. Nagato explained before forcing his chakra into the paper. The paper split into 4 pieces with a tear sound. The first one ignited into flames before turning into ash. The second one wrinkled. The third one crumbled away, while the last one turned wet. The piece fell apart. A demon stared as demonstrated. I have all 5 elements due to my Rinnegan, he said, pointing to his eyes. Your turn. He passed the piece to the boy, which he took hold of, then focused his chakra into. He in invisualized his physical energy and spiritual energy, molding it into an all-important chakra. Then he channeled it into the chakra paper, which split into 2. The first piece crumbled into nothingness, while the second piece turned damp and fell apart. Then something puzzling happened. The small remains of both pieces molded together to form a new piece of paper. Naruto-kun, it appears that you have a wind, earth, and water. Although I don't understand what the last part was about, Nagato analyzed and deduced. Nagato suddenly grabbed himself and then formed the seal of confirmation. In a flash of violent light, they disappeared. In the forest outside Konoha, they reappeared in a clearing. What was that for? Naruto demanded, clearly displeased. Your home is certainly not a suitable place to train, and I don't wish to attract unwanted attention, Nagato explained calmly. There are some basic ninjutsu to learn. Aimed at a small boulder, he formed 3 hand signs, one of them other in quick succession. Tiger, rabbit, dragon, and shouted, Futo, Hamichi, mi, wind style. flower scattering scattering dance. At first, it seemed like nothing happened. Then a few petals started straight around Nagato. He thrust his hand forward, and a cyclone of petals rushed toward the boulder, uh, carrying a hole in it as it bore through the whole thing, finally destroying it with an explosion. Whoa, Naruto marveled at the sheer force of the mini cyclone. Here's another one. Wind style, divine down cutter. Nagato shouted while performing the hand signs tiger, snake, goat. The wind around him picked up, forming a whirling vortex that blasted toward the fragment of the boulder. Those fragments in the vortex were pulverized upon contact with the razor sharp wind chakra. This is the last Winjutsu I'm showing you. Wind style, Gale Palm. Nagato clapped his hands together, and wind chakra manifested and compressed between his palms. He thrusted his hands forward, launching the gale towards a rather large tree. The tree collapsed on it, now in the form of slicked planks. Uh, that that's all for today. If I went to you, you'd probably forget the hand seals, Nagato declared. He removed two scrolls, one labeled Earth and the other Water, both in kanji. Read up. I'll be back tomorrow, Nagato said before leaving with a shinsui. And remember, don't tell anyone about me. His voice resourced in the clearing. Naruto spent the rest of the day practicing these three jutsus and reading the scrolls. Before sunset, he arrived at his favorite dining place just as the sun was setting, a small food stand labeled Ichiraku Ramen. Oh, oi, Gigi, two miso ramen, please. Coming right up, the chief, uh, Tichi replied, retreating into the back of the stand to start preparing the ingredients. His daughter Ayomi asked casually, "Ni Naruto-kun, how was your day?" Uh, not wanting to tell her about Nagato, he replied, "I went for some training today. I even learned a few jutsus." "Oh really? Sounds like you had fun then," she answered while placing the two bowls on the table. Itamikuru, he before he said, after which he dug into his meals ravishingly. Not even 5 seconds later, he was finished. "Thank you for the meal, Gigi," he said, after paying, and left for home. The road to said home of his was littered with the village sneering and scowling at him the entire day. The next day, Naruto woke up to the smell of eggs, bacon, and pepper. He sat up and noticed a cloaked woman with blue hair and a flower in it setting up breakfast in his kitchen. "Who are you?" he muttered, still slightly sleepy, but wary of the woman, who turned to him, Amber's eyes meeting his uh, curious ones. "Yeah, sure. My name is Konan. I was sent by Nagato to pick you up and bring you to the meeting site, but first order business breakfast," she said, passing him a plate. After finishing, Konan uh, raised her hand, and paper shot out from her cloak sleeve, which wrapped around Naruto. "Ah! Kami-san, I knew it. You're going to mummify me." "What? No, I'm not." Oh yes, you are looking, look, you've already begun to wrap me up. What's next? You'll suck my brain out through my nose using a straw? Don't worry, I'm not going to mummify you. Just close your eyes and stay calm. Conan told him in a confronting manner. Kami, Kami Sushi. A loud fluttering sound could be heard, and a few moments later the paper around him came off and re-entered her sleeves. You may open your eyes now. Naruto uh, complied and took sight of long cavern with many wooden dummies covering the floor, and a mini forest at the far end. See, I wasn't going to mummify you. Naruto-kun, this place is deep underground. He heard the voice of Kurama through their mental leak. Thanks, Kurama-san, he thought back. That explains the musty smell. Now, shall we begin? A voice surrounded him. That is the end of chapter 3. We're going on to chapter 4, the match. Previously, now shall we begin? A voice surrounded him. Nagato sped out of the shadows of the forest and looked at Naruto. This shall be our training grounds from now on. Today, the object is for you to fight against Konan-chan here using any of the jutsus you learned yesterday. You said you have 2 minutes to get ready. Naruto sat down and meditating attempt to manifest as much chakra as he could before the match. Meanwhile, Konan slipped off her cloak and unbuttoned the ninja vest underneath, revealing a gray outfit with gray trimmed uh, lapels and a long white belt wrapped many times around her lower body, uh, serving as a skirt. Lastly, there was a red pouch placed right above her belt. Nitokuni Kurama-chan. And straight, straight, hold on, I don't know this word. Any strategy to beat Konan-san, he thought, and then his words spun as he entered his mindscape. Usually I would jump around with my flying thunder god and attack the enemy with my Rasengan spiraling spear, but it appears you'll have limited options here. So you know what? I'm thinking of teaching you the Kage no Bunshin no Jutsu, the Shadow Clones. Minato spoke. This was ensured by Kushina whacking the back of Minato's head. He has 2 minutes. How can he learn it in time? Hold on. I just lost my page. Well, my spot. Kushina, fortunately, here in Naruto's mindscape, a minute is but a second in the real life. So, because of my calculation, Naruto-kun has 2 hours to learn the jutsu, Kurama said. For the next 5 minutes, Minato proceeded to show show Naruto the all-famous hand seals, and the Kage no Bunshin variant included Taijutsu, Kage no Bunshin no Jutsu, Mass Shadow Clone Technique, and the Shadow Clone Great Explosion Edition. He was taught the various uses of the Kage no Bunshin. Now that you're ready, you should um, go field test it, Naruto, Minato announced. Good luck, Kushina said, but I know you won't need it. The world spun again, and he opened his eyes. It was still 1 minute before the match started, so he decided to continue manifesting his chakra. 3, 2, 1, Hajime! Naruto shouted, then jumped back rapidly. Naruto gripped at Konan and shouted, Tai Kogan, wait, what? Taijutsu Kage no Bunshin no Jutsu. Conan's eyes widened in shock at the sight of hundreds of Narutos on the field. She stiffened, then opened her pouch to remove paper. Paper shuriken. She shouted as all the papers folded from Fuma Wind Demon Shuriken, which flew forward towards the Naruto army. Surprisingly, the paper took out most of his clones, so he was forced to use another jutsu, water style, exploding water shockwave. He said while holding the snake hand seal. He cocked his head back and took a deep breath, uh, converting all of his chakra into his mouth to water chakra. He spit it all out, flooding the whole field with his water. Then his clones charged across the water, entering the engaged Konan in taijutsu. Konan swore the water uh, swore. Konan swore. The water wet her paper, making them hard to mold. Uh, Taijutsu it was. She battled it out, obviously winning Naruto due to her experience. She panted hard, 40 more clones to go. And this was one hell of a workout. The 6-year-old stood in the water and flashed through hand styles: ox, monkey, rabbit, bat, boar, bird, ox, horse, bird, rat, tiger, snake, ox, ram, snake, rat, monkey, rabbit, boar, dragon, ram, rat, ox, monkey, bird, uh, yang, water, rat, boar, bird. Suddenly, uh, Water Dragon Bullet Jutsu. Naruto whispered, and the water started bubbling around him. What? He can't use that. Looks like he's never going to stop amazing me, Konan thought. A water dragon shot forth from the split spot in front of Naruto. In the yellow's eyes staring at Konan. Konan, Kami, not yet. Paper shield. Paper started coming out of her pouch and formed a shield around her. The dragon impacted the shield, resulting in a giant explosion, with left a smoke screen covering the area. Conan Gramps, she was all out of chakra. After all, she had spent most of it preventing the blast. Hee hee, Conan-san, are you alright? You seem tired, Naruto asked, with a hint of playfulness. Let's carry on, Konan said, not wishing to be outdone by a 6-year-old boy. Alright, Futon, Earth style, stone column spear. Multiple spikes protruded from the ground and then flew towards her, following the wind chakra, which increased their cutting power. Nagato-kun, I forget. Uh, Forfeit. Conan cried out at the last moment, and he nodded. Universal pool, he shouted, and Conan flew towards Nagato, who was on a platform near the top of the cavern. She landed safely, and Nagato declared, Naruto-kun, you win. So it was like um, that Naruto spent 6 years training with Nagato and Konan, learning many jutsus, developing a personal taijutsu style, and learning his clan's revered art Fumajutsu. 6 years later, the now 12-year-old Naruto-kun was a level 10 Seal Master, Taijutsu Specialist, and Ninjutsu Master. His muscles grew more toned and were bangs at the side of his face, much like his father's. He also grew taller, and chakra pool was off the charts. He was about to Shinswin out of the field after a
tough day of training when he heard a sobbing sound. A young blonde girl burst into the clearing, crying. She had long straight hair bound by a black bandage which was the same color as her pants. She donned a short-sleeved purple and black uh, blouse with two purple fingerless gloves and a chain of blue uh, beads were wrapped around her left hand. Most importantly, she wore a Kumo headband. Naruto immediately slipped into a battle stance, although he barely saw the need to. What 6 years ago Nagato taught him was never let your guard down. Uh, Release, he said, forming two hand seals, Tiger Ram, and flooring his chakra. Nope, the girl still did not transform into spear. However, she was still an enemy shinobi. Halt! State your name and business here in Konoha. He said in the most businesslike tone he could manage. The girl stopped crying and finally noticed Naruto was in the clearing. My name is Ni Yugito. Um, that's the end of chapter 4. Hope you all enjoyed. I'm actually really enjoying this. A new weapon from the council. Previously, my name is Ni Yukito. Business, Naruto asked. Long story, guardsman, Yukito replied. I still want to hear it, Naruto decided. Okay, back in Kumo, the Raikage, my grandfather, forced me into a political marriage. Obviously, I was not happy because it was done without my consent. Yukito explained. I'm not wanting any part of it, told the Raikage about it. Uh, told the Raikage about it. Also, he did not listen and threatened to ban me from missions. Which is why you're here, Naruto said. Actually, I just wondered to Konoha hopping to seek refuge. She elaborated. Uh, Gami, I have something to tell you. Naruto rubbed the back of his head sheepishly. Yes, guard-san? I'm not the guard. My time was just wasted, then Yagato sighed. Not really. I'm well acquainted with the Hokage, so I might be able to get you in, Naruto offered. Seeing her nod, Naruto grabbed her wrist. Yukito blushed and went unnoticed by the uh, obli- yeah, oblivious blonde. A chuckling sound from within the mindscape escaped, to which Naruto thought, Ni, what is so funny, Kanama-chan? Nothing, Kurama replied, still trying to rein in her laughter. Body flicker jutsu, he whispered while forming hand signs of confrontation. A second later, Yagato and he flickered into the Hokage's office. Good morning, Hokage Jiji, Naruto said, with a grin plastered on his face. Hokage Jiji, I don't know, Occultations was the same as family. Yukito thought. Naruto, I see you've brought your girlfriend. The Sandami teased. No, Yukito said. Here is trying to become a shinobi of Konoha. Naruto saved smoothly. Uh, from in case Hiruzen to straighten the entire business model. Name and rank. Ni Yugito of Kumasano, I'm assuming the Cloud Village, Hokage Dono. Okay, any reason I shouldn't kill you on the spot for trespassing Konoha instead of greeting you as a
possession here. Yugito sweat dropped, but knew it was true and legal. Hokage Dano, I think Naruto-san here knows. Naruto proceeded to explain the whole situation to the Hokage. I'm getting a vibe from her, but it feels nice and warm, Naruto thought. Yukio lifted her blush slightly, to the point where both occupants could see her navel. On it was a complex seal, but Naruto, being a seal master, recognized it immediately, as did the Hokage, who called the professor for nothing. It's my seal, Naruto practically yelled. Hi, 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 Hokage Dama. I'm the Nibi Shinjuriki, Yagito explained, and then backtracked. Wait, what do you mean by it's my seal, you mean? Hi, Naruto-kun is a fellow Jinchuriki, the Hokage confirmed. Suddenly, Naruto's eyes splashed red and became slit. Hello, Matatabi. It's been a long time, Naruto spoke in a female voice. Yagito's eyes turned yellow and green, which left the Sendame to wonder if she suffered from Hetikichoma? Yes, Kurama. Oh, way too long, she answered. Then both of their eyes turned back to the original color. Great, the council will love this. For now, I proclaim you Nai Yagato, a genin of Konoha no Seto. The Hokage opened a drawer and pulled out a leaf headband. Argate Gozami Hokage-sama, Yukito said, replacing her headband. Actually, a small Kantonjutsu, the Kumo headband turned to ashes. That kind of chakra control. Amazing, the Sindema thought. For your housing need, I suggest you stay with Naruto for now, Hiruzen said. Our new Jinchuriki blushed again, which caused the Hokage to think. Seems like Naruto-kun has an effect on our newest Kunoichi. Interesting. You are dismissed, he declared, and both of them exited the room, after which Naruto led Yugito to his house. Make yourself at home. Yugito-chan, what's your favorite food? Ramen. You're in luck, Yugito-chan. Ramen is also my favorite food. I know a place in Konoha which sells good ramen. It could be there for dinner, Naruto suggested. Okay, then let me go now. Yugito decided. Did he just call me Yugito-chan twice? Wait, why the hell am I freaking out? Yugito thought. Because it sounds like a date, and you are obviously starting to get infatuated with Naruto-kun. A voice appeared in her head. Although it was not Matsutabi's, she also fell after that. Who just answered me? Yagito thought. Matatabi answered. It's Naruto-kun. It's Naruto-kun. I meant to say, it's Kurama-kun. We just opened a chat room in your heads. Can you please tell me next time before you guys do that? It's scary to have another voice appear in your head suddenly. I think it'd be scary to have one voice in your head personally, but I don't have any experience, so Yugito-chan, let's go. Naruto took her hand and ran out of the door. As they walked down the street, Yugito noticed the glares he received, though Naruto just ignored them. When they finally arrived at Ichiraku's ramen, Techi and Ayumi greeted him, although they didn't know who the girl was. Gigi, 3 bowls of Usapo, please? Chi-Chi nodded and carried on with the order. So who's this young lady you brought with you, Naruto-kun? Ayami teased. Yugito-chan here is a new genin, but she was originally from Kumo. Naruto explained as soon as the 3 bowls touched the table, he passed one to Yugito and shouted Itsumaku-sama. Ichimaku-sa, bring him his chopsticks. He dug into the food, finished in a record 1 minute. Meanwhile, Yukito's sweat dropped as Ayumi held a stopwatch. After leaving the stand and returning home, there was another problem. There was only one bed in the house. I'll sleep on the floor, Naruto declared. No, I'm the guest. I'll sleep on the floor, Yugito ordered back. Or you could both sleep on the bed. Both Puji cursed at the same time, earning a blush from their hosts. I guess there's enough space for both of us. Naruto changed into nightwear, put on his animal cap, and laid on one side of the bed. Yugito, on the other hand, simply removed her blouse and slipped into bed in an undershirt. The next day, Naruto woke up to sunlight shining in his eyes. Leave me be, he groaned, then looked at the calendar. He almost fell out of bed when his first day at the academy. It was the first day out of his academy, and in 20 minutes' time, both of them would be late. Shit. What to do? He muttered. Yugito looked very peaceful just sleeping there, and he didn't think it was a good idea to wake her up. Kurama-chan, I need your help, Naruto thought. This dispersely. All right, Naruto-kun, just this once, Kurama replied. Tell Beast's psychic plane. Matsutabi wake up your kitten, Kurama said, and Yugito began to stir while Naruto changed into his shinobi attire. Yugi-chan will be late if you don't wake up. All right, let me change first, said Yugito, before putting on her attire as well. 2 minutes later, they were running across the rooftops and landed at the front door of the academy. Reaching their classroom, Naruto-kun knocked on the door just in time and heard a come in. When he opened the door, a duster and welding between it and the door frame fell. It was just about to hit him when his lightning quick reflexes kicked it in, grabbing the duster mid-air and stepped aside. He gestured his hands toward the classroom in a dramatic fashion and allowed Yugito to pass through. After you. Behind a pattern of the wall above the whiteboard, a single eye widened as he witnessed the episode through a hole. Naruto was even faster than him, even if he was using his other eye, the Sharingan. Whoa, look, a true gentleman, not bad, Uzumaki, Naruto. The teacher said, referring to his name list. Naruto growled and said, I want to know who put that there. Iruka's son, remembering how from his notes he received about his class and classroom teacher, Iruka shrugged and pointed at a kid with spiky brown hair and a red fang-like mark on his cheeks. An Inazuku, Naruto said with a sickly, sweet smile. Obviously noticing the fang marks, he walked over and whispered, don't do it again or else what, clanless boy, Kiba smirked. The Cyclops behind the wall had only one thought, shit. Grabbing him by his collar, Naruto threw him up slightly. When he came down, he delivered an uppercut, launching a lance with his chakra, so potent it was visible, sending him flying through the ceiling and landing on the second floor of the academy. "There'll be no Father's Day for you," he shouted up through the hole in his class ceiling. Everyone in the class sweat dropped. Naruto sat down at the back with Yugito, and Iruka carried on with his lesson. Iruka announced that there will be a Genin exam tomorrow. Report on time. The class course Hi Sensei. That is the end of chapter 5, and I'm gonna do one more, but I might do more, but anyway. Chapter 6, Genin Exams. The classroom course. Hi, Sensei. The next day, Yugito and Naruto arrived at the academy via Shisui, this time much earlier. When they sat down, Kiba just gave him a halter, then to look. Naruto merely stuck his tongue back at him, earning a smack on the arm from Yugito, who muttered, "Childish." Suddenly the door slammed open, and a certain black-haired, sulking emo walked into the classroom. Immediately after sitting down, the girls around him started swooning and shouting, "Sasuke-kun!" A yellow and pink blur appeared at the door. The two girls, Sakura and Ino, if he remembered clearly from yesterday, shove each other. Sakura-kun is Sasuke-kun is mine, forehead. I came here first, Ino pig. Naruto sighed fiercely. Fangirls. Aruka walked in on the sight of a noisy class, which caused him to get a huge tick mark on his forehead. He used his patented big head jutsu. Sit down, squirts. The exams will begin soon. One boy, by one, will I call your names. Proceed to room 107. Mizuki-san will be helping me with the test. Iruka and Aruka all but shuddered. After 10 minutes of waiting, being an Uzumaki, his name was finally called. After entering the room, seeing Mizuki grin and said, "Uzumaki Naruto, is it performing perform the Academy 3 transformation?" Naruto shouted, holding the ram seal. As you can guess, Mizuki struggled to hold back his nosebleed. "Kai, substitution ninjutsu," he said, forming 5 hand seals: tiger, boar, ox, dog, snake, replacing himself with a nearby chair. However, the hymn burst into smoke, and the chair did so as well, revealing Naruto shaking as he wrote down. Mizuki declared, "You pass. Now go to the Shuriken Jutsu room." Smirking, Naruto left. Now that you are all here, proceed to show me your Shuriken Jutsu, Iruka said. Go in pairs, starting from back of the list: Uzumaki, Naruto, and Uchiha Sasuke. Step forwards and take your positions. Naruto grinned while Sasuke just released a humph sound that caused all the females, with the exclusion of Yugito, Hinata, and Tenten, to swoop and comment. Sasuke-kun is so cool. Handing them a bunch of kunai and shuriken, Aruka said to each have 2 minutes to throw all 20 of your projectiles.
Uh, Accuracy is important here. Then, summoning a few clones, he shouted, Hajime. Sasuke immediately grabbed his kunai and started firing them all, spinning only 2 seconds to aim. Most of his kunai hit the clone, then followed by his shuriken. Meanwhile, our blonde hero just stood there, not throwing a single projectile. Uh, since the time started, Naruto looked with his right eye and then his left eye, and constantly switched stances. 10 seconds left, Iruka shouted, thinking, what the hell was Naruto up to? He finished picking up his projectiles, then forced with both of his eyes leaking back and forward of his shuriken. Secretly, he had the wind chakra to propel them even faster towards their target. Upon close inspection of one may have noticed that the projectile all hit vital points, causing the clone to disappear as a result. Time's up, Aruka announced. Actually impressed at Naruto's attempt, Sasuke just made another sound because he had not been able to throw his last shuriken. Naruto, you ace the test with all hits in uh, certainly less uh, measure measures than Sasuke. Uh, hand handiwork. Complimented Aruka, reinforced the bloody and mutilated corpse of the last before it dispelled, because the injuries he inflicted was serious but not life-threatening. I'm sorry, Sasuke, but the same can't be said for you. Iruku continued. Humph, was his reply. And so for the next 20 minutes, Aruku tested the class, with Yogito obviously being a Jonin, doing as well as Naruto. Now to sparring. Will the previous pairs from the two tests please from against Aruka? Instructed. First match, Amurame Shinu versus Akemichi Hajime. Uh, Abra- Shino wins. Second match, Haruno Sakura versus Hinata Hyuga. Hajime, Hinata Hyuga wins. Third match, Hyuga Neji versus Inazuka Kibi. Hajime, Neji wins. Fourth match, Nara Shikamaru versus Nin Yagato. Yagato give your best, Naruto shouted. Yagato-chan, huh? And interesting, indeed, Iruka thought, politely in a politely teasing manner. She nodded and sprang forth from her spot, engaging Shikamaru in a taijutsu. Shikamaru just said, "Oh great, a girl, how troublesome," causing everyone in the room to sweat drop. He punched and kicked, but no matter how many times he tried, he missed because of her cat-like agility. "No taijutsu then," he muttered, and backpedaled. "Shadow Possession Jutsu," Shikamaru shouted while forming the rat hand seal. She was just about to run towards him when she noticed the shadow line charging across the floor. Jumping back, she noticed the shadow stopping at a certain point. "If that thing catches me, I'm done for," Yugito thought. Suddenly, Shikamaru started sprinting towards her. Then an idea formed in her head. Removing one of her kunai, she threw it at the switch of the whole room. For the whole room, lights turning off the lamps in the room. Immediately, Shikamaru's shadow line disappeared. Next, Yugito activated her cat eyes, enabling her night vision. She
started fighting the uh, startled Shikamaru in the dark, who could only base his attacks and defense on sound. It's over. Cat Fire Bull. Yugito's elbowed Shikamaru through the stomach, sending him flying into the air. She spun, emitting a fearsome blue light, full of demonic chakra. And when she stopped, Matatabi and Nibi emerged. That's the Iruka stuttered. Her two tails burst from aiming toward Shikamaru. Multi blue fireball streams from the fourth and covered on him. Shikamaru dropped to the floor unconscious. Iruka broke out of his trance and announced, "Ni Yugito wins," while turning the lights back on. A flash of blue light, and Matatabi was once again Yugito. She dropped down, exhausted from the use of Nibi. She almost hit the floor when Naruto caught her. "I'll send her to the hospital," he said, then left by a Shisui. He handed her over to the medics at the hospital, who said she would take about 2 hours to recover, and running a diagnosis. "I'll fetch her later," said Naruto before returning to the academy via Shisui. Winner, Rock Lee. Now that he's back, let's begin the last match. Uchiha Sasuke versus Uzumaki Naruto. Hold on. That was the end of chapter 6, and now on to chapter 7. My throat was hurting, that's why I paused. Chapter 7, Fan versus Whirlpool. Previously, now that he's back, let the last match, Uchiha Sasuke versus Uzumaki Naruto, begin. Hajime. Dope, you're going down. There's no way a clanless guy like you can beat me. An elite Uchiha, taunted Sasuke, who was still miffed among losing to him in Shuriken earlier. Barrage of lines, Sasuke shouted, and kicked Naruto in the air, and repeatedly buried his fist into his stomach. Next, he kicked Naruto in the spine and twisted his ankle, with a crack ending with a drop kick to his stomach. He panted heavily. This was the price of a powerful taijutsu technique. Naruto, who lay sprawled on the ground, started laughing. "What's funny, Dope?" Sasuke growled. "This," said Naruto before dispelling. "Shit! Fire style. Fire Dragon Bullet Jutsu," Sasuke shouted while forming the hand seals. Ram, horse, snake, dragon, rat, ox, tiger. Naruto was rushing towards him when he saw him doing a fireball jutsu. So he repeated. Water style. Water formation wall. Naruto said while reciting the hand seals as he formed them. Tiger, snake, rat, snake, tiger. A palindrome, spitting out the chakra infused wall. He anticipated was Sasuke's Katenjutsu collision with his Suten one. A wall of steam settled over Shuriken Jutsu room. They are still inside, remember? And Sasuke was thinking, how is he so strong? Damn it, I spent too much chakra on that jutsu. And the energy from Shin's Rindan. Now I can't even see him. A call of Futen Ru- eh, Riputso was all he needed, and the mist cleared, disappearing by Naruto's Winjutsu. Correct. Naruto's a giant clone army charged at Sasuke, and he positioned a kick at him in systematically Uzumaki Naruto, uh, Nin's Readingen, Naruto, Uzumaki Naruto 2K Barrage. Um, the army Kohler rushed, attacked him every time a symbol was shouted, ending with two-man uppercutting to the chin. Sasuke flew upwards, landing on his back, unconscious. Naruto jumped in the air and timed it such as he ended up crouching his stomach when he landed, sealing the deal. Uzumaki Naruto wins. Iruki declared. Sakura and the other fangirls started shouting, "He cheated! No one can beat my precious Sasuke-kun." "All right, you are all dismissed," Iruka announced, and the students scattered. Naruto left the academy and headed for his favorite Ichiraku stand. Gigi, the usual place, Naruto requested. "Already got you covered," Techi said, whipping two bowls out of the kitchen and placing them in the stand. "Oi, Uzumaki Naruto, why did you beat up my Sasuke-kun?" Sakura suddenly appeared on his right. Apparently she was stalking him. "Firstly, I didn't beat him up. And it was fair and just a spar. Secondly, he's not your Sasuke-kun. Can't you see he hates you fangirls?" Naruto continued to slurp his noodles, ignoring her. A tick mark appeared on Sakura's forehead. Cocking her back, she threw it towards Naruto with all her strength, but he caught her fist with his left arm, and using his right strength, striked her in her pressure points. "Stay away," he ordered, releasing a bit of killer intent. Whimpering, Sakura crawled away in intense pain. Was that really necessary, Naruto-kun?" Ayami asked, considering uh, considering about his sudden violence. "I don't like it either, but what choice do I have?" Came Naruto's reply. Opening his wallet, he slammed 1,000 ryu on the table and left. Typically, a bowl of ramen was 500 ryu/yen. After blotting flickering to his house, he sat down and meditated on the floor, compressing for his chakra usage. Uh, Tosan, Kasan, Kurama-san, Kurama-chan. Any new uh, tactics or jutsus you can teach me? Yes, in fact, I've been planning to teach you this for a while now, Minato said. Just imagine two water balloons. Uh, this is your mindscape, so you can change it any way you want. For now, all you need is two water balloons. Naruto focused on his hands, and two water balloons materialized on each. Minato took one and instructed, "Your object is to burst the balloon by spinning the water inside with your chakra rapidly as such." With one hand, Minato held out the balloon. Suddenly, chakra started swirling and gathering in the center of it, and the balloons expanded, leaving Minato uh, in inverse Invents Jutsu visible, a glowing blue self-sustaining ball of chakra with a whistling white core. This is the end product, the Rasengan. Once you finish the step, come back here for the second step, Minato explained, and Naruto returned to the real world with the balloon intact. I gotta get something to drink. Naruto concentrated and forced rotating chakra
out of his hands, causing the water inside the balloon to start swirling. However, no matter how much chakra he put in the balloon, still didn't burst. After 30 minutes of spamming his chakra, he decided to stop and pick up Yukito from the hospital, as he did not wish to suffer from chakra burns. Yukito opened her eyes and immediately thought, where am I? After all, no matter where she was, letting her guard down was not a good idea. Voices appeared everywhere. Painful from her headache she was currently feeling. She can be discharged now. A voice broke through the cloud that was her mind. Discharged. I'm in the hospital? Oh, I remember now. I used my tailed beast cloak. Yukito recalled. Auntie, Dr. Sun, I'll take over now. The familiar voice of Naruto peered in the air. Naruto-kun, lower please. Headache, she muttered. Voices all around me. Apparently Naruto noticed her because he whispered, awake now, Yukito-chan? Let's go. You can get sleep at home. Picking her up bridal style, he ran to the top floor and dashed across the rooftops. When he entered the house, he set her on the bed. He suddenly got an idea. All around her, repeated Naruto, referring to her previous statement. Picking up the bloom, he pushed Chakra again. This time, with both hands, using his other hand to rapidly made grabbing motion so on all sides of the ball, not actually covering it by his other hand's chakra. With his chakra all around the ball, the water swirled everywhere, inside and eventually exploded, dousing both him and Yukito in water, which woke her up. What the hell was that? Yukito grumbled, clearly unhappy to be woken up. Ah no, that was the first stage of my new jutsu, Yukito-chan, he explained while rubbing the back of his head sheepishly. Yukito smiled. She couldn't stay angry at him forever. Alright, show it to me again. Naruto went into his mindscape and exited with another water balloon and a rubber ball. Picking up the balloon, he reduced the effect, which amazed Yukito. Tucson asked me to burst the ball, but because it's thick and there's air inside instead of water, I'll need to use sensor chakra to break it, said Naruto as he picked up the rubber ball. Wait, Tosum, what do you mean? Yukito asked, clearly confused, which Naruto sighed and explained the whole thing to her. And that's how my parents now watch. Tossing in the air, he formed the ram hand seal, causing his chakra to flare and cut him. Then he caught the ball with both hands and begins to push his chakra into the ball. But it seemed like the chakra still couldn't enter the ball. Even thinner, he thought, and pictured his chakra sharpening to a point. The chakra began to seep into the ball and squeezed the air within. I need to get another drink. Okay, almost over. Now the whole ball was filled with chakra. He imagined the swirling like a whirlpool to a single point. Once the core was filled with potent chakra, he stopped his chakra flow into the ball. The rubber ball started vibrating wildly and exploded with chakra. As the spear within expanded, threw Naruto away about 5 meters. Yes, I did it. Naruto was just about to enter his mindscape when Yukito grabbed his shoulder. Naruto-kun, I think you have to stop for the day, or else you'll end up like me. All right, he pouted. and climbed into bed, forgetting to even change into his nightwear. Yukito stiffened a laugh and removed her gear while slipping into bed. That is all, because my throat is really starting to hurt. Hope y'all enjoyed, and tell me if you want more of this. What if Night 310 out?